If you can contain him in the third, you got a chance in the fourth.
Well, they're going to go start with Makoa Close. And Close there with the short pass and the catch here. Something that you guys talked about off camera that St. Louis needed to do a little bit more is throwing short those high percentage passes. Coach.
Yeah, and we can see right here, that's the adjustment they made. They already got Iosefa on some deep throws, so he's already bailing. Come right on it, soften him up, then take your shot later.
Second and 3. Delora goes the other way and finds Roman Wilson. Wilson pulls away from Valoria and a late flag. It could be for a late hit or a hit out of bounds. And St. Louis, they're rolling this machine very early here.
Now, if we look to see here on the defense as we get to the penalty, Iosefa has switched sides of the field, going more to the weak side and getting taken off of Wilson, and so we'll see if that makes a difference.
Yep, that's very true. Now here's the call. Again, the flag was thrown right at the end of the play.
During the play, personal foul, face mask, defense number 3, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So they're going to call it on the sophomore Bison Valoria here, who has the big task of watching the big play man Robin Wilson on the outside here. First down and 10, ball spotted on the Trojan 47. St. Louis looking to get in front, sprint draw, it's Paikai. Paikai 45, and somehow splits 2 Mililani defenders and gets around 5 on that carry.
Yeah, and Paikai standing at 5'5". First of all, it's so hard to see him behind that massive St. Louis offensive line. And when you go to tackle him from 5'5", he can make himself a little 4'10" and just gets extra yards.
Yeah, 8 rushes for 52 yards for Paikai. He's being really efficient on the ground.
And second and 5 here. They're going to set up the screen. Now the goal route here. But it was well covered. Credit Mililani. They did just enough here. The windows were very tight. And now it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and again, what you don't get credit for is Paikai picking up the blitz in the middle. All 5'5" of them stuffs the middle linebacker and gives Delora time to throw, but looks like a little miscommunication there on the routes. So great job, great defense, Mililani.
3rd down and 5. Trojans showing blitz here. They will bring 5. Delora has time. Throws a Fanishigaya. What a catch! Down inside the 15. And St. Louis again on 3rd and long, or 3rd and short here. They're able to capitalize. Back-breaking stuff. Let's check it out.
And what a catch, but more importantly, what a throw. I mean, that had to be right there. He just had like a little half-yard bucket to drop it in, and Delora did that.
Yeah, Kai Ramos was right there. But what we've seen with the Mililani defensive backs, they are not turning and locating the ball there. They really got to get their head around because they're not going to be able to contest it blind.
Delora here. And that is caught. No, but they call it incomplete. Matthew Sykes did catch it amongst a double team.
Yeah, and Sykes standing at 6'2". Early in the year, he was hurt, but now he's out of injury, making his presence known, using his heights, but yes, just couldn't get his foot in. Mililani did a wonderful job of hitting him outside before he could put and establish a foot in.
And guess who the corner is on that side that they're attacking?
Yep, 2nd and 10 here. And Paikai drops it. And somehow St. Louis will keep possession there. Very nervy moments there. I didn't want to cut off you guys, but we had that play there. They went after Valoria, or excuse me, it was against Iosefa again.
Iosefa, the young sophomore now, they switch sides. They're just going to find him and go after him as we see the replay here. Pretty good option play, just mishandles it there on Paikai.
Yeah, great speed option play there. I mean, they killed us last week with that same play.
Well, it's 3rd down and 12. Mililani bringing pressure and finds Bayer. Emergency defense there by Ramos. What a play there. You're talking about turning and locating the ball here. Jarek, explain on this play.
Yeah, so that was just great coverage. Again, these defensive backs are right there on the hips of the receivers. If they want to make plays, they have to turn and locate the ball. And, you know, your first step is to find your man, and then your next step is to find the ball. And, you know, lucky enough, they've been able to, most of the time, get some incompletions, but they could turn these incompletions into interceptions if they get their head around.
Well, crucial kick for Garen Napu'unoa here. And the kick here is struggles through, and it's good. For Napu'unoa, that is a 32-yard kick, his longest for the season.
Yeah, and for St. Louis, I mean, obviously they want to score touchdowns, but nonetheless, 3 points is better than none.
Media timeout.
We will go to break here with 10:32 left. We'll be right back here from Aloha Stadium.
Well, I heard Marcus Mariota can throw a football into the clouds.
Well, I heard Marcus Mariota doesn't just help old ladies cross the street. He carries them 2 at a time.
That's ridiculous. Well, I heard Marcus Mariota goes to First Hawaiian Bank. Look! Hi.
Oh, awesome. Who's got the pen?
You actually have.
What's it say?
Is it the cure for malaria?
Has the war ended?
A prince wants to give us $20 million. He just needs our social security numbers.
We're gonna be rich!
Horses for everyone!
The first spam was sent by telegraph in 1864.
Put some flavor in your break. Make time for Snapple.
All right, and we're back. Ryan Nagano, Coach Sterling Carvalho, Jarek Lake, bringing to you the Open Division State Championships here from Aloha Stadium. St. Louis was able to get on their initial possession 3 points here. But would you say this is a victory for the Mililani defense? We'll start with Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a high-powered offense like St. Louis, who's usually always scoring touchdowns, for Mililani to hold them. There, 3 points, moral victory for Mililani and their defense.
And Jared.
Yeah, and so what it does, it turns this to a 14-point game, which looks a lot better on the scoreboard. Again, we talk about the optics of the score. So you score a touchdown, 17-10, all of a sudden it's still a one-score game. So that is a huge win and a big stop, and this Mililani offense has to come out firing.
No doubt about that. And again, a 14-point deficit here. Let's see what Mililani does here. What adjustments did they make during the halftime? An offense that seemed to move pretty well in between the 20s. But as they go into the red zone, they haven't really made their mark there as Vegas catches this in the end zone. Trojans will start from the 20.
And hopefully for Mililani, what I would like to see is giving Gabriel an extra second while he's in the pocket. I think that a lot of throws that was too high or too far out is if he had that extra second to get his feet under him, he would be making those completions.
Yeah, you see he's kind of getting a little bit of happy feet after, he's been sacked 6 times. He's been getting hit numerous times on throws. His offensive line's got to take care of him a little bit so he can deliver an accurate ball.
Let's say Mililani goes to the quick strike attack here. Mililani seems to do better when they go in tempo. But we haven't really seen a lot of that. A lot of check with me on the sidelines here. But sometimes a good way to get out of an offensive rut is to try to quicken tempo. Let's see if they do that here on first down. They will get things underway here. Here is Gabriel, and how appropriate, we have a penalty.
Yeah, and that's what you don't see out of Mililani,
Prior to
delay
the
of
snap.
game.
Delay game, number 3, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Yeah, interesting, especially coming out of the halftime. You generally know what you're going to do on offense coming out of the tunnel. A little bit disappointing that they weren't able to get the play call in.
Gabriel here, 12 for 25, 132 yards. And then out of the play fake, they throw sideline. I believe that is Maka Hill there with a catch. Hill at 6'2", is a big body on the outside.
Yeah, but look at the pursuit by Botello. I mean, he's playing linebacker on the outside. They swing it out, and Botello is just tracking that thing down, punching the ball, doing something.
And, that's almost intercepted. Gabriel thought Chang was going to be in the area, but instead he found 3 blue shirts. They're so good when they drop back into that zone and try to close up those windows. Jarek, let's see this.
Yeah, you can drop back in a zone when you can rush the passer with 3 or 4 guys. You can keep your eyes on the quarterback, make sure he's not rushing, and, the athletes, the speed of that defense, they can make plays.
4-man rush here. Gabriel escaping, throws across his body and almost intercepted. That could have been interception number 10 there for Latu.
Yeah, and it just shows, you know, Gabriel right now, he's not settled. Usually he's great off on the run, throwing it, as we see here, going to his right, being a lefty as he throw across his body. He was hoping that maybe Maka here would have settled in there. Just miscommunication, mistiming.
Yeah, tough. That's a tough catch to make, but again, in these type of situations, you have to make those catches. You have to help your quarterback out.
Musai Kubuyama Hayashi will punt this one away. High snap, and it's blocked. And it will be taken in by Herbeck. Touchdown, St. Louis.
And that's what you don't want if you're Mililani. 3 and out to start the half, and then give up a special teams play. They were coming after him. Nice block here. And Herbing with the scoop and score.
There was 4 guys that looked like could have been able to block that kick, and you know, just that special teams got overwhelmed by the speed and the power. They kept all their defensive starters in to rush the punter, and what do you know, it pays off. And when you get a score like that, you want to talk about momentum. Boy, that's huge.
Last time we saw a block punt for a touchdown, it was St. Louis in 2015 against Kahuku. They were able to get a block punt for a touchdown there. Kahuku ended up winning that game.
Yes.
And Noah will split the uprights here. The score now 24-3. 9:52 left here in the third quarter. We'll take a break here from Aloha Stadium after this replay.
Yeah, we see here, look like that Kamaka Bibaole coming right up the middle from his linebacker position, making the block. Herbing right there, Johnny on the spot.
Are Mom and Dad here yet?
Not yet. We didn't get our lane.
We gotta stop for cash. I forgot my card.
Just use your phone.
Right.
Forgot your Bank of Hawaii debit card? No problem, because now you can get cash with your phone with cardless cash from Bank of Hawaii. Introducing Cardless Cash. Download the Bank of Hawaii app today. Welcome to tomorrow.
Calling all seniors and their high schools. Since 2005, HMSA has honored schools and students dedicated to health, learning, and community service with our Kaimana Awards and Scholarship Program. We're looking for schools that represent Hawaii's best in academics, athletics, community service, healthy activities, and sportsmanship. We're also looking for well-rounded students who shine in the classroom, on the playing field, and in the community. Apply for HMSA's Kaimana Awards and Scholarships today at hmsa.com/kaimana.
All right, and we are back here at Aloha Stadium. You see the score, St. Louis finally asserting themselves here. You mentioned, Coach, they got the field goal. Now the special teams touchdown. What can I say? This is a new St. Louis type of team here, the dynasty being built, and they're doing it off of defense and special teams.
Yeah, and that's what they've been doing all year long. It's what they call it swag. They have that swag.
Yeah, and you see now you got the Crusader faithfuls starting to get a little more energy, the band going, and that's kind of that overpowering confidence that that just overwhelms a team.
Wow, what a catch by Vegas at the 1-yard line. Sidesteps a few, tries to go near sideline, and he doesn't get much. Again, this is a very relentless and very fast St. Louis team. Even their special teams is fast.
I mean, so Vegas, you know, he did that on the kickoff beforehand, is try to save that ball from the end zone. But with a team with this many athletes, you just want to let that ball go over your head, take the touchback, get the ball upfield. But now you're pinned down deep, trying to do too much, trying to make too many plays. Sometimes the smart play is the easy play.
Yeah, and I guess it's one of those things when you're down 3 scores, you're just pressing for anything.
Yeah, you never know, right?
And for a very opportunistic St. Louis defense, this is when you probably thinking of turnover time if you're a St.
This is
Louis
where
fan.
you're going to see the D-line really kick it up. You're going to see them play a lot more aggressive in the defensive backfield.
Well, they're going to go hitch route there to Chang. Ryan Chang, they needed more of him in the offense here. He's the leading receiver coming into this contest for the Trojans with 53 catches, 891 yards, and 7 touches.
Yeah, and you got Junior Wiley out there. I mean, the strong safety for St. Louis. I mean, they're going to have a couple people blocking him, but he just sheds the blocks. puts Chang's out of bounds.
2nd and 7 from the 21. Again, Botello coming off the edge. Gabriel, what a catch there by Chang.
Yeah, just on the outreach arms of Herbing. I mean, Herbing was tracking right there. Had to be the perfect throw. I mean, Dylan Gabriel right there, the nice out route.
Wow.
Yeah, what a strong arm, what a throw, because Irving was right there for that interception, but beautiful placement.
Trojans going fast tempo here. Gabriel, busted play, and Botello again. A very familiar play if you're a Punahou fan. Botello coming right off the edge.
Yeah, I mean, Hugh Brady was probably yelling on the TV screen, says, watch out, Gabriel. Botello untouched off that edge.
Yeah, misplay there. Looks like the running back went to the quarterback's left, and the play was designed for the right, and that play had no chance because he was unblocked coming into the backfield.
2nd and 15, and they're going to rush 4 again. Gabriel intercepted. It is picked off here, and it's Corbin Fagans.
Second interception on the night.
That's right, boy. The 5'9", 149 DB showing his worth here in the backfield. His first one was an easy toss right to him. This one shadowed his receiver perfectly and just made a beautiful play on the ball. You go to the replay here, so it's a post right straight up the middle. Receiver looked late. I don't know, the ball was placed in a position that the receiver wasn't going to be able to get to, and undercuts the route, and beautiful, beautiful interception.
St. Louis here looking to put the proverbial dagger, the final dagger perhaps. 8:48 left in Delora. Has Wilson. Wilson wrestles away, still on his feet. And Mililani saw Mitchell Quinn do that a few times last year for touchdowns, but the Trojans do well enough in the secondary.
Yeah, I noticed what St. Louis has been doing coming out of the second half is just hitting those quick hitches, nice short throws, and then when they need to, they can take it long.
Yep, so you talked about earlier, just going back to their bread and butter, right? You know, throwing those short passes that they're so good at, and it's really opened things up for them.
It's Malosi Sam there. Gets another carry, close to the first down. Yard to gain was the 11, and yep, they have already told the chain gang to move on forward. First down for St. Louis.
Yeah, what a run by Sam. I mean, they're just going straight down, big bodies, putting a lot of pressure. If you look at Mililani's defensive line, not too many people over 200 pounds.
Yep, very light defensive line, but a very active defensive line. This time they go option pitch to Robbie Paikai. And Paikai is ridden out of bounds inside the 10. 8:19 left.
Running that speed option really well. They're just leaving the end completely unblocked and leaving the quarterback to make the decision. And Delora's been doing it easily, as we see that Paikai might be
Officials
down
timeout.
For an injury.
We'll see the replay here first, guys.
Yeah, speed option to the right. We got Paikai came down. Looked like maybe he landed wrong.
He
something.
got rolled up on or something like that.
Just hope the best for that guy.
Well, with 8:15 left, we'll take a timeout also here, injury timeout. St. Louis in command, 24-3. We'll be right back. Lee. 8:15 left here in the third quarter, and he has contributed big time in St. Louis' success.
Yeah, 10 rushes, 60 yards, 6 yards a carry. They're going to miss him, but Sam's going to, I expect, take the load.
Well, St. Louis will go empty here on second down. They can still get the first down, and the Trojans brought the house there. Levels Delora. Penalty flag thrown, and I think this play will not occur.
Yeah, I think they're going to go with false start here.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
They'll call it on the center, DuPont there.
That's the second false start penalty of the game here. And Delora takes an unnecessary hit as the play was blown dead a little late.
And still Mililani facing a Crusader avalanche right now. They're trying to find any type of emergency defense here. St. Louis on the cusp. 2nd and 12. Ball spot from the 13.
Well, flag in. Looked like encroachment on Mililani. Looked like he gave it right back.
Prior to the snap, encroachment. Defense number 31. 5-yard penalty, remain second down.
Coach Rod York, hands on his head right now. He is not a happy camper.
That's your defensive tackle right over the ball. It's very frustrating when that happens.
It's now 2nd and 7. They can still get the first down at the 1-yard line. Delora sends it to Sam. Sam 10, Sam 5. Reaches for the pylon. He will not get in. They're going to mark it at the 1, but that should be enough for the first down, I believe.
And just a great swing pass out there. As we go to the replay here, Delora takes a snap and just a swing route right out of the backfield. Sam takes the ball and gets pushed out of bounds. You hear the St. Louis fans say that was in. That should have been a touchdown as the ball hit the pylon before he went out of bounds. But like you said, Coach, we're not here for video replays quite yet.
And that's what Ron Lee was begging for at the coaches' meeting. I think he would have thrown a red flag right there.
But they do get the first down here. Delora and Sam in the backfield. Handoff. Malossi Sam. Name on the trophy. St. Louis again with another touchdown. Score now 30-3. Let's check it out here.
Yeah, it's a simple, straightforward
inside zone. That's what they've been running all night.
See the St. Louis fans there. Not the most boisterous, but they've been here a few times.
Yeah,
they know the feeling.
The dynasty of the Red Raiders, you know, back in the 2000s.
That's right.
You know, they come out strong and know what to expect.
You see Napu Noah puts this one through. 31-3 St. Louis, 8:01 left. We're going to take a timeout here from Aloha Stadium as we go to the replay into the break.
Yep, inside zone run. Sam I Am in the end zone.
Take shift. Media timeout.
The place is called for Hawaii South Storage, the best in value. Plenty room and aloha. Come join our ohana. Uncle Jerome and Safety, we always malama. Hawaii South Storage.
Back here at Aloha Stadium here for the Open Division State Finals in football. St. Louis, the number 8 team in the country according to Max Prep Super 25 rankings. They were as high as around 6 at one time.
Well, you know, coming to this game, ranked number 1 in the state, obviously, and you know, when you're playing a team that's ranked in the nation, you're automatically a huge underdog. And Mililani had a tough task in front of them. And, you know, they come out in the third quarter. We talked about being a third quarter team, and they've just been overwhelmed so far on all three phases of the game.
It's almost like St. Louis has that extra switch. And they felt that maybe coming out of the halftime, they turned on the switch. Let's see what the Trojans do here. And the return man is blown up. I think there's a fumble also. Oh, maybe I was seeing things there. Mililani will maintain possession here, but only from the 16-yard line.
Yeah, and they're just bringing the heat on, not just on defense, but also on special teams. Mililani had a hopeful wedge going on, but the kickoff team of St. Louis just blew that up.
Yeah, I kind of thought they got rid of the wedge rule on the kick return, but I guess as long as you don't link up, you're fine. But either way, it wouldn't have worked.
First down and 10, and it's the quick give to the big man, Malapiai. Malapiai just runs over a St. Louis defender at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's number 32, Harvey Welch. I mean, if I seen a big boy at 250 pounds coming for me, I would be diving for that knees. But Harvey, he got right in there. He didn't just dive for his knee, he also wrapped up.
Yeah, great tackle from your defensive back. I mean, that's invaluable. You saved a touchdown there.
And he could be the son of A.D. Gerald Welch.
That's right. First down, 10, Malapiai. And he is going to carry some Crusaders into midfield here. And this livens up the Trojan fans here. Guys, there's still 7:26 left in the third quarter. There's still some ball game.
Yeah, there's plenty of life. I mean, he ran to the arm tackle Botello and took Kamaka Bimole for an extra 5 yards.
I mean, that's what they're going to need if they want to get back into this game. They've got to stay balanced.
Gabriel again, they set up the screen. He has blockers in front of him. It's Chang, 45-40. He will not get the first down, but he will be close by a few.
As we see there, so again, trying to take advantage of the quick and aggressive defensive line. They get all the linemen upfield, some good blocking by the receivers, a couple missed tackles, and getting some good yards here. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going, keep the tempo up, and try to get in the end zone here.
2nd and 2 here. And it's going to be a play action. Gabriel, again. He only had a few yards for the first down, but eats up a big sack.
And who is it? Nonetheless, number 12, Jordan Botello. Coming off that edge, once again, untouched. Someone has to account for that player. I mean, the #1 recruit in the class of 2020 here in Hawaii.
ESPN 300 player already. He already had accolades as a sophomore when he was a backup at St. Louis. Unbelievable. 3rd and 11. Gabriel, 4 receivers here. 4-man rush. Gabriel has a receiver downfield. And great job by Corbin Figgins. Ran step for step with Saikubuyama Hayashi. But Mililani, they had to take a shot downfield.
Yeah, that was just great defense there. You know, you're not mad at that throw. He did have him on the post route, but just beautiful defense. A tad overthrown on the outside shoulder. You want to bring that ball a little bit more inside, lead him over the middle. But again, 4th and 11, you have to go for it.
Trojans got nothing to lose at this point. They're going to go for it from their own 49-yard line, 4th and 11. Gabriel steps up into the pocket. Has a receiver downfield. What a catch at the 30. Drive is still alive. Down to the 25. First down, Mililani. That's Rachel Vegas there with a big catch.
As we see a flag and a St. Louis helmet on the field. Go to the replay here. Gabriel is just using his legs, being nifty in the pocket, and makes a beautiful throw on the outside. And we'll see what this flag is here.
This could be illegal use of the hands or hands to the face on the offensive lineman.
That would be a killer.
Again, this was 4th and 11. As you guys mentioned, the St. Louis helmet, I believe it was Stanley McKenzie's helmet that came off.
Yeah.
Here's the call.
During the play, personal foul. Defense number 44. 15 or half the distance to the goal. First down.
Nope, stand corrected big time. Gino
Number
Quinones there
94 has to go out for 1 play.
With the penalty there. Mililani here with some life. 6:20 left here in the third. Down 4 scores.
And we talked about their red zone efficiency, 1 for 2 and 3 points only, and 1 interception. So here we are, Mililani inside the 20 on the 14-yard line. They can't take a big sack, which has been happening all night. They've got to get positive yards.
Well, empty set here for Mililani. And it's a quarterback draw for Gabriel. Gabriel sidesteps a man. Fumble. They're going to rule it down.
Yeah, he was down.
Goal.
He was definitely down, absolutely.
And that's what Punahou did. Every time you go into an empty set, St. Louis leaves the middle of the field wide open. Punahou was able to do that. Gabriel saw that alley, went right up.
Yeah, and you see a quarterback, you want him to tuck that ball a little bit better, you know, but he was obviously down. No fumble on the play. Now you're down at the 1.5-yard line and see if they can punch it in. I smell something to Malapai.
They're going to have to ball spot at the 1.5 here. They're going to have a single receiver all by his lonesome.
They bring in the heavy package.
From the eye. Gabriel. It'll be Gabriel all by himself. Touchdown, Mililani. For Gabriel, that's his 4th rushing touchdown this campaign. And Mililani, never say die.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see here. I mean, Gabriel got him in that position, going for him on 4th down and 11. How appropriate, let him finish it.
I love the play call there with the naked boot. You know, everyone's focused on Malapai, and you come out, your ends crash down, and you're wide open on the edge. So great play call. Hopefully this sparks some life.
5:32 left here as Liam McGee will set up for the extras. Under the hold of Sai Kubayama Hayashi. Snap is down, kick is up, and is through the uprights here. It is now 31-10. 5:32 left here in the 3rd quarter, and now in a 5-part comeback, if you want to call it that way, for Mililani. Part 1 is done. Now it's up to the defense.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the offense did its job. They needed to answer the call, especially after that scores by St. Louis. So now the defense has to come up big. They can. They showed it. They did that in the first half. Now they just have to follow it up.
Yeah, and I mean, as you look, there's 5:32 left on the clock. You're going to assume St. Louis is going to run that ball, use some clock. Their short passing game is so good that it's like an extension of the run. So you've got to get off the field quick. You can't let them run out this 3rd quarter because that really puts you in a bind.
Mililani, you got to imagine, in a very precarious situation here. They have to play discipline. However, they got to go for some turnovers. They got to take chances, guys.
And that's what we talked about, those DBs, right? Shouting the receivers. They've got to get that head around. They've got to locate the ball. You got to go for the ball at this point.
But, you know, being aggressive at the same time is double-edged swords. You lead those sophomores on islands against speedy receivers like Wilson, tall receivers like Sykes. So it'll be a tough one.
Something to keep in mind, St. Louis blew a 17-point lead against Kahuku in last year's state championship game. And it's Wallace from the 3. Wallace has some blockers in front of him, but now runs out of room, and a spirited tackle there by the Trojans. Little chat there between the Mililani special teams and the whole St. Louis bench.
Yeah, 55, Mark Pasternak there. You know, the special teams player really getting after it, makes a big tackle on the St. Louis sideline. And when you do that, words tend to get exchanged there. But Mililani's got to keep their composure, stay disciplined, and get a good 3-and-out right here.
So far, Mililani, on occasion, has been able to get to Delora. Let's see what they do here. 1st down and 10 from the 22. It's going to be Delora. It's going to be a bubble pass there, and that's going to be Bayer. But Bayer runs out of room, gets a gain of a couple. Clock still runs, as they should go under the 5-minute mark here in the 3rd.
Yeah, that was a good defensive play by the backs there of Mililani. I mean, it's not easy shedding blocks, stringing that thing out. Bayer has nowhere to go but lateral.
That's something you do not want to go against the Mililani defense, is making them run and using their pursuit and speed. They're going to have to take chances here. And again, this is Sam. Sam is tripped up here, but it's going to be 3rd and manageable here for St. Louis. And again, you're talking about another big play of the game. Here's one.
Yeah, as we go that inside zone again, and he fights for extra yards. You're at 3rd and 4, which means the run and pass is still open for St. Louis. They can do anything. So Mililani's here on their toes. Let's see if they stay aggressive and bring a blitz.
The only rush 4 here for Delora, and finds Byer wide open. And Byer gets another first down. Easy pitch and catch, guys.
Yeah, and quick hitters, that's what we've been talking about. This time, this was a quick out. They've been coming with quick hitches, quick out. Boom, Delora to Byer, no problem.
Yeah, so we talked about the passing game in the first half of Delora, how, 133 of his yards went to run receiver, but now he's spreading the ball around. He's hit 5 different receivers. Byer's gotten 6 catches. He's really turned it on the second half.
Yep, and they're really diversifying that offense here. This time it's Tama Albert Sula there with his first catch of the ball game. Let's check it out here.
Yeah, a little quick hit, stop route, sit right in the middle of the zone.
Again, and these easy completions not only get you yards, but the clock is rolling, keeps the defense on the field, extends the game just like a run game would.
2nd and 4, sprint draw. And they give it to the running back past midfield here. That's number 41 for St. Louis. That's Logan Calavaya.
Man, we know that St. Louis is deep. They're going to the 3rd running back that we're looking at tonight.
Yeah, Logan's listed as a defensive back here. So, getting a dual role maybe, or maybe just an additional jersey number, as St. Louis so often does.
Well, it's 1st and 10 here at midfield, and now they're going to stop play. Mililani did not see something, or did see something they did not
Timeout.
like.
Mililani.
Which is
their
tough
first
to
charge
use in the
timeout of the
3rd
half.
quarter. They're going to want those timeouts to hold on to those as much as possible, but sometimes you got to use them.
They feel the time is now. York is understanding that. Trying to see if he can gather his troops, make a stop here at midfield.
Well, you guys talk about optics, as we enter the second half here. If Mililani gets a stop, they get another touchdown, and we're looking at 31-17 going into the 4th quarter. Optics-wise, I know there's reality versus optics sometimes, but I think that for Mililani is a good situation from where they were earlier.
Yeah, especially with the best quarterback to me in a state with Gabriel. Anything can happen. I mean, he's a competitor. He'll fight to the end. Even when we was watching the Bosco game, they were getting blown out, but he still hung in there. Maybe they can lean on that experience to mount a comeback against St. Louis.
Well, they do have 1st and 10 here. They'll do it again here from midfield. Delora with Calavaya in the backfield. And he has Byer. Byer had a step on his man, but the ball is thrown incomplete.
Yeah, and looked like Byer, as he was running his route, couldn't locate the ball.
Yeah, I think the ball was out before he had his head turned, and he just located it too late as we go to the replay here. Runs a nice out and up and gets a step on his man and goes a little bit too far inside. The ball was faded a little bit more outside. Potential for a big play, but great coverage, and now we're at 2nd and 10, and the clock's not moving.
Ka'ohu Kamakabibo Ole is now the back here. He's the biggest of the running backs for protection. Delora. And that is intercepted. No, they're going to call it incomplete.
Intercepted.
Yeah,
intercepted. Okay, I thought he had incomplete there, but yes, indeed, it is Ramos there. Or is that
Iosefa? Big play from the young cornerback. He's been picked on all night. He's been getting burned, but he turns his head and makes a play on the ball.
And that's what you've been saying all night,
That's what I've been trying to say all night. As a former defensive back, it's frustrating to watch. So, but great play. You turn your head, you locate the ball, perfect position, great interception.
Ball from the 25-yard line here. Gabriel finds a receiver, stretches forward. He's going to be shy by a yard. Mililani now with purpose, now with some tempo here. 2:53 and counting down in quarter 3.
Yeah, and that was Ryan Chang sitting beautifully in the window, running a post-hitch route, settling down, getting good yardage.
Now we keep this tempo up. I hope they don't abandon this run game because it has been effective here in this 3rd quarter.
Well, there was a missed exchange there. They tried the read option, Now Gabriel loses 2, maybe 3 on the play here. And again, Mililani again with a second and short situation and finds a way to shoot themselves in the foot. Let's check it out here.
Yeah, and then that was just a miss handoff, misread, mistiming, whatever you want to call it. And right now it could be costly for Mililani.
3rd and 4. It's not impossible, but things just got a little bit tougher here for the Trojans.
It did, as you see a different formation here with stacked receivers to either side.
And they're going to go with the hitch. It's Vegas. Vegas with some blocks on the outside. Vegas 2 to 33. But he will be shy of the first down by maybe 2 yards there.
And probably that 2 yards in which they just lost the previous play.
Yeah, just great coverage there by Micah Tapua. So what they go is they run a screen, and they have one defender block and one defender unblock, hoping Vegas can make a move. Unfortunately, he's unable to and get stuffed there. And here we go, 4th and 2. This may be the game right here.
Yep, St. Louis calls the timeout there. So the chess match rolls on
St.
here
Louis,
between the coaches.
First charge, timeout of the half.
And a lot to ponder here as we'll stay right here on air. Coach,
yeah. I mean, going forward on your own 34-yard line is basically showing your hand that, hey, we need to make this, otherwise, you know, we might not win. So it's just showing the confidence that York has in his offense right now, and or the confidence he has on his defense, in which made a great stop to St. Louis. But you know, Cal Lee is telling his troops, guys, you guys are the #1 defense in the state. Let it be known now.
Yeah, and on 4th and 2, again, you kind of have your entire playbook here. You know, we saw the QB draw out of the 5-wide set. You see the inside zone and the read option. We know about the RPO. So there's a lot to think about if you're the St. Louis defense. So, you know, what type of play call do you think we're going for here if you're Mililani?
Yeah, I think Mililani, you got to put him in the hands of Gabriel, give him the option to run as well as pass, because all night long he showed that he has the ability to do that. So I think that's what York has. He comes out with an empty set, put the ball in Gabriel's hand.
Well, looks like St. Louis is manning up on everyone here.
And you know they're keying on the QB draw right now. So you see Botello here in a spy.
Gabriel throws downfield. What a catch by Vegas. Inside the 45. The drive continues. The season continues for Mililani.
Yeah, what a pass by Gabriel. As we mentioned all night, if he has the time and he has his feet under him, he's one of the best. I mean, yeah, Kamaka Vivaole coming right down, but Gabriel shows he's the senior, he's the leader, he's the one going to will back Mililani into this game.
And on 4th and 2, they go with a huge play downfield, and you know, something they might not expect is the defensive backs were playing a little bit closer.
Well, they're going to go at Malapai. Runaway train right downfield. Malapai still on his feet. Into the 20. Moving that pile. It is a maul down to the 15-yard line. 25 more for Kalifi Malapai.
Yeah, what a run by Malapai. I mean, he just goes in there, all 250 pounds of him, makes a nifty cut, but able to finish. St. Louis is there being optimistic, trying to rip the ball, but at this time, just want to get him on the ground.
I mean, you see plays like this. It's like a Marshawn Lynch type of thing where you can't get him to the ground. It really excites the offense. It excites the crowd, and hopefully they can capitalize with this momentum.
61 seconds left here, and Gabriel loses the ball. Oh, my goodness. The football gods are not liking the Trojans here tonight. It is Botello again. Touchdown, St. Louis.
And that's what happens when you're the #1 team in the state, is you don't get flustered. You keep playing. We go to the replay here. The ball just slips out of Gabriel's hand, and that is disappointing. And, you know, he's not going to forgive himself for that play.
Yeah. And to his defense, I mean, Herbing is just coming right down the barrel, unblocked. He probably had to grab it faster than he wanted to.
I don't think he got the laces on it either.
Very unfortunate. Mililani had a great drive going.